Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I love our Tuesday night calls because, first of all, we're family. Second of all, we all are here to help each other to win. And I always look forward, as you all know, the first Tuesday of every month, we have the one and only my child from another mother and our leader, pastor, minister, guys, every single thing you could name goes with Rose. And I say that from the bottom of my heart, all the good parts, not the other parts, because she truly makes such a difference in every single one of our lives. She always brings substance that we can use to become better. And so tonight it is a teaching Zoom. We want you to have your pen and pad out because we want what she shares tonight to be something that you can take into building tomorrow at a higher level. So, Miss Rose Parma, if you would, you are unmuted. So it's all yours. I thank you for pouring into us and having all those sweet little nine babies somewhere tucked away and you can't even see them. So, anyway, it's all yours. Thank you. I love you.
I love you too. And you know how I say miracles happen? It is a miracle that I'm able to do Zooms without the kids going crazy. So thank you, Jesus, for that. My husband's with them. All right, you guys, as you know, whenever I jump on these, I am like a fire hose. So I try to calm down. I just can't. I'm going to ask that you get your pen and paper out. I'm actually going to share some things for longevity in your business. And we're going to talk, first of all, we know that the coffee is going to be hot. All of August, we're talking about coffee. We're going to continue that conversation on and on, but August is a really hot month for us to be talking about coffee. And I'm going to talk to you about different ways to talk about the coffee instead of sharing graphics from the company or chat GPT graphics. Okay. This is going to be really important because I want all of us to be able to have our own sort of brand that's personal to us. And I want us all to have a way to share things where we don't look like everyone else. Okay. You don't want to be a billboard of MPG. That's not who you are. Your name is Debbie Reynolds. It is not Debbie MPG Reynolds. Okay. It's just straight up Debbie Reynolds. And I'm using this example because I got to see her in person this weekend, which was so amazing. So here is the deal. When we are sharing coffee, the first thing I want you to think of is you are taking people with you on the journey. Okay. Now, this is if you're sharing, I don't care what product. If we're talking about the silver gel or we're talking about the drops or Varicel, it doesn't matter. You want to take people on the journey with you, whether you're sharing in person or you're sharing actually on social media. And I'm going to give you a great example. Okay. Who here has been to church? Raise your hand. It's okay if you haven't. I'm about to take you. Okay, so when we go to church, you're actually hearing the pastor or the minister actually sharing with you a journey. They're not just going to tell you what the Bible says, they're actually going to walk you through before here is the setting, here is the lesson that needs to be learned, and here's where they're headed. It's a journey. Okay, now, another analogy that I want to give you is think about reality TV. When reality TV first started to come out, it was actually really hot. Okay. The reviews and the views were just through the roof, and they were trying to figure out why is it such a hot thing to watch reality TV versus these stage things where they spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and lots of weeks planning one single episode. Okay. Well, what they realized is when people show up real, raw, and messy to a degree, okay, I'm not saying, look crazy, but real, raw, and messy to a degree, you will catch people's attention because you're more relatable. Okay. So, what I'm going to share with you what I did yesterday and what my idea was for the month of August. I had a July that was actually really good. I had organic growth. It was solid for me, and I was actually very impressed with how the month ended with our team. I was not 100% present because I had a women's conference I was basically putting on, and I needed to make sure that I was balancing out life. I know a lot of us have multiple things that are going on, and so balance is a really beautiful thing that we want to make sure we have in our lives and we're not getting into a space of burnout. Okay. So, with that in mind, though, I made sure that I was prepared to go hardcore in August and that I had my whole August set for expansion and massive growth. Okay, which is why Karen said that I brought in three brand new ISRs within the first few days because I don't want to be the person that's waiting until the end of the month trying to figure out if I'm even close to my goals. If I go really hard the first 2 weeks, like I typically do the last day of the month, okay, or the last week of the month, then I can actually breathe the last couple weeks and be very present for everyone else in my team. That is a leadership tip 101. I hope you caught that. Okay. Everyone that's on here, I want you to pay attention. We do these. Karen and I show up. Okay. The first Tuesday, I'm on here with you, or whatever Tuesday this is, at the beginning of the month. I'm showing up for you for strategy to map out your whole month. Okay. So that you can be very intentional and not just try to throw spaghetti at the wall to see if it's going to stick. We want this to stick and we want your business to expand. So, all of August, what I'm doing, I'm giving to you as a gift. I'm literally giving you the blueprint so that you can see if this would work for you and to plug and play. Okay. My blueprint is I am going to be celebrating the accomplishment that I have stepped into over my journey. Okay. So, whatever celebration it is for you, mine is I got really big, had baby number 9 at 44, hormones through the roof, doing backflips, and I lost 79 pounds in 10 months. That's my story. Now, it's a very big story, and there's a lot of things that people are like, what? You had, okay, 9 babies? 44, 79 pounds. Like those are 3 big jaw-dropping what? Okay. I don't expect all of you to have a jaw-dropping anything. You actually don't need to. It could be I'm literally drinking a new cup of coffee today on ice. The focus I'm experiencing is legit insane. That could be your celebration. Okay. It doesn't need to be that you lost weight. It doesn't need to be, that your hair got thicker or anything like that. It literally could be the focus element of it. Now, if your camera is on, raise your hand if you are drinking the coffee and you're loving the focus. Because I will tell you, like, even if I don't lose a single pound or inch from the coffee, the focus is crazy. It is crazy amazing. Okay. So that gets to be one of the things. Yeah, the focus is off the charts, Erica says. Yeah, I'm telling you, it is so good. And think about what people complain about. They don't get enough sleep. Okay. They don't have enough energy. They're slamming energy drinks, slamming coffee, getting the jitters, all the things. The other thing, I don't know if y'all notice this, but I don't get the jitters with this coffee. And I'm going to be very honest. I told Karen this. I don't normally drink caffeine. I'm only drinking half a scoop. And my brain is like still supersonic on point. Okay. So let that be whatever you're going to celebrate. That could be one of the things. If you have a celebration of I lost 3 inches, I lost X amount of pounds, let that be your celebration. Yes, it's good to use other people's testimonies. You got to pull that in as we're going to talk about this blueprint, but you need to have one thing at least that you personally are going to say you're celebrating. Okay. Now, it could also be something like I'm helping 45 women or 45 friends this month get fantastic focus like I've experienced. Okay, you can say something like that and what you're going to do is we're going to bring them on the journey. So if you were on BizBoost, some of this might be a little tiny bit of a repeat, but I'm diving into the blueprint. So just stick with me. Okay. So my mindset is this. Every single day I'm doing a either post or live video on my Facebook wall because I don't want to just speak one to one. I want to speak to the masses. That's what social media is for. It's to get big audience so that you could speak to the masses. Now, if you are not working your social media, I'm going to give you a disclaimer here. If you are not working your social media consistently, posting every single day, replying to people every single day, and actually commenting on their stuff every single day, this strategy will not work, and you might as well give up on Facebook if you're not going to be committed to it. It is a business. It's as if I just went to visit me and Debbie's friend Wendy, and she has her door open for business. She owns a salon. Okay. The only way her salon flourishes is if she's actually doing hair, if she actually has a door open to help people. The same thing with social media. The only way it is a platform for you to utilize to make money is if you're actually working it consistently. If you're going in every other day, every 3 days, you will get less than 1% of your audience seeing your stuff. So I hear people say all the time, and it drives me nuts. I hear you're getting spicy, Rose, today, but people will tell me, they're like, Rose, well, I'm posting, but I'm not really getting people engaging. The first thing I will do is I will look at your social media and I will do a run through the first 10 posts to see what you're actually doing. If I don't see you posting every single day, red flag. Okay. If I see you putting a bunch of chat GPT flyers, red flag. If I see you posting only about MPG, red flag times 10. Okay. If I see you posting flyers from MPG, huge red flag, because how many people are in MPG and how many other people are doing the same exact thing? Social media is ran by bots. Okay. So they're going to flag it. Your stuff is not going to get pushed out to people. It will not, unless you are an influencer that does this for a living. Okay. I need you to understand that it's not because you suck at social media. It's just you're not being consistent and you're probably over spamming people. People see billboards everywhere. You drive down the freeway, there's a million of them. They don't want to go on social media and mindlessly scroll to see more flyers. They want to see Debbie's beautiful face or Janet doing a jump in the air holding her jeans up, or they want to, you know what I mean? Like they want to see Melissa doing these cute videos talking about spreading love to people. Okay. They want to see Jennifer's fun face. They want to see people actually being human. Okay. So when we're taking them on the journey, we want to make sure that we are showing who we are. Now, I was just talking to Wendy about this earlier. I don't dress up, you guys, ever. So like, you don't need to look cute. I don't. I throw on earrings. That's about as good as it gets. If I'm hosting an in-person event, I'll kind of dress up, but it's normally like jeggings or joggers or leggings and a t-shirt. Like that's really what I do. But people know me as that. Okay. And I do look decent and I just throw on earrings to make it look fine. Half the time I'm doing my videos when the house is chaotic. Okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm not waiting for all the kids to be tucked into bed. Ask Karen. Okay. That's never a perfect ordeal in my household. It's just, I'm going to do it whenever I can. Okay. Sometimes I'm in the bathroom, not in the toilet area, but by the sink. I'm by the sink doing a video, or sometimes I'm in the car doing it or walking outside, and it doesn't need to be long. Actually, your videos should be about 5 to 10 minutes or so, would be a good gauge for you to do to catch people's attention. Talk to the people that are watching the replay, because 99.9% of your views are gonna come from the replays. Okay. So don't just sit there and say like, okay, well, I'm waiting for a few people to hop on. No. And those of you that are jumping on, watching this as a replay, stay tuned to the end because I have something super exciting for you. Okay. So you're catching their attention. You're buying time while people are jumping on, but you're also captivating the audience for the replay viewers. Okay. Get props. You need props. Why did if you didn't see Janet Ayala's was it a video? It was a video, right? Of you. Okay, she held these pants up and then she like and then she did something super cute, like showed her like excitement, okay, whatever it was. But why did that hit? That hit because it's a prop. Okay. Wearing like funky earrings. I do this all the time. People always compliment on my earrings. It's a prop and it's kind of like my signature. Okay. If you have one of these Varicel cups, are we allowed to mix Varicel with coffee? I haven't asked that yet. We are? Okay, so let's just say you have one of these Varicel cups. This could be the thing that's your prop that you bring in consistently as you're taking them on the journey for the entire month. Okay, you can do that. Um, you cannot put Varicel hot. I know that. I'm just saying as a shake, like um, as a cold coffee. Like you could do it as a cold coffee. So just think of like what are some of the things that you can have as a prop that you bring on. Sometimes the cups with the frother, okay? Having a frother, anything that makes noise and catches attention. If you're going shopping for coffee cups, find some that are bright, fun, and cute. Okay. Megan has a really cute coffee cup that I love that she shares that cracks people up. Just find something that feels like you could take people on the journey with you, but you're catching their attention. You need to be entertaining because you don't have, it used to be that you have 3 seconds to catch people's attention. It is not that any longer. I need you to understand that you have a very small portion of a second to catch their attention. And if you were talking about, I'm waiting for people, or let me figure out how to do this, you're done. You lost them. Okay. You completely have lost them. Now, that's just some tips on catching people's attention while you're doing this. Now, what does it look like to take them on the journey? I'm going to share what I'm doing, and I want you to start thinking about what you're going to do. All of August, I'm either doing a picture on my Facebook or I'm doing a live video. And so it's either or for this, and I'm doing stories every single day. Okay. I'm not sharing graphics on what's in the coffee. I'm not sharing, I'm not sharing flyers, anything like that. It's all going to be about testimonials, and I'm doing it in a way that's really organic and doesn't look salesy. So, for example, let's just say if I was going to share Karen's testimony, okay? If I had Karen, I would maybe take a picture of Karen and then I would type something out and put like draw a little arrow because you could do that on stories and be like, she is absolutely loving the focus here, just like me. And then put a little coffee cup with a heart on it and circle it. Something fun. Okay. The next one would be maybe me making the coffee and explaining what it is. And I'm mixing up testimonies with explaining. Message me if you actually are someone who struggles with focus. Who here can use some extra productivity in your life without getting the jitters? Send me a message. I'll hook you up. I only have a few 6-day experiences left. Okay. You don't have a lot of them. You only have a few. That's it. They're limited supply because I said so. You got to create FOMO. Okay. Don't ask all the questions. Just listen. Okay. So that's what I want you to do is I want you to share a testimony and you're going to oyster it. Okay. So what do I mean by oyster? The pearl is in the middle. Here's the oyster. The pearl is in the middle. Testimony, video on how they contact you. What's the call to action? Another testimony on the side. Because here's what happens. They see a testimony. Then they're going to click to the next thing to see if there's another testimony. You're doing a little video explaining what you're experiencing, giving them a call to action on how to get in touch with you or how to get their hands on it, 6-day experience, whatever it is, okay? Or do you want to get on the waiting list? Whatever you want, whatever it is your call to action is, then they're going to click again because they want to know if there's another testimonial. There are a lot of Amazon review readers. I am one of those people. There's so much stuff out there that's not legit. So when you oyster your actual story, the pearl goes in the middle. That is you giving that call to action. Okay? This is not the time to go do all the nature and, all the different stories. If you're going to do something about nature or something about your dog or something about what you cooked, do it at the end. Stick with the oyster system that I'm giving you, okay? Because every story gets less and less views. Put everything else at the end that you're going to do. Just make sure. Good, Melissa. I'm glad you're loving this because I asked the Lord to give me something that I flow in that actually I don't talk a lot about, okay? So I'm glad this is value for you. So that oyster system is going to be really good for you. Okay, stories every single day. Majority of the people on Facebook are going to see your stories before they see your post. If you do a hot post or a hot video, share it to your stories. Okay? Just make sure that you know that. When you're posting, just assume only 1% of people are going to see this. If you have 5,000 friends, 1% of 5,000 is going to see it. You have to work it. You got to work that post just like Wendy has to work her salon. She has to do people's hair in order for people to know she's good at doing hair. Same thing with social media. You got to work your post in order for it to be pushed out for more people to see it. This has never changed since actually MySpace. I'm not joking, okay? It's been the same situation since MySpace. If any of you remember MySpace, okay? So, that's what I want us to do as far as the action steps. Post or video on your Facebook wall every day. If you have your Instagram and Facebook linked, great, they transfer over. Okay. The second one is stories, and you're going to oyster on your stories. Okay. Now, I do think that you should do a new one every single day on your stories. Don't start saving them and repurposing them for the month of August. Do them fresh. Work this, okay? So that you're not getting flagged on any of those posts. When you repurpose content, it can work if you are really good at social media, but if you are not, okay, if you score yourself 7 or less on social media, then don't repurpose stuff because it flags you. Remember, everything is a bot. It's not real people that don't like your stuff. It's just a bot, okay? So don't get your feelings all hurt. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is as we're taking them on the journey, I am taking the same story, mom of 9, last baby at 44, lost 79 pounds, and I'm saying it every single day until the month is over. Every day. Isn't that going to get old? Aren't you going to shy people away? No, because only 1% of people see my stuff. So I'm sharing the same story over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. However, I'm not going to share it in the same manner. I'm going to get creative. If you see me with my big old jugs of green laundry detergent, I got my butt reamed on that. You better get MPG detergent. Look, if you knew how much detergent we go through in this household, we got to buy it in bulk, okay? But hear me, the whole purpose was that it was green and it was bright. That's how I signed up 3 people. Every single one of those 3 people, I have been messaging them for one of them was a brand new person that came to my women's conference and saw me, but the other 2, I have followed up with them for over a year and a half. Over a year and a half. And I don't mean just your 7 or 8 follow-ups. I mean like probably one maybe 30 times and the other one probably 15, 16. Okay? So I don't want to hear about, oh, I followed up. Okay. Really? Did you really follow up though? You got to understand coffee is a no-brainer. You don't need to talk about a vagus nerve and how it's connected to the gut-brain axis and all the things and no. 1100 processes in the body. You don't need to talk about any of that. It's coffee. Put it in water, drink it, sis. It's that simple, okay? So to people where you have to explain how something works, you already are in a smaller range of them converting. But when it's a no-brainer and they literally don't have to think about it, yeah, and I focus fat blasting coffee, it's in the name. I don't need to explain what it does. Focus fat blasting coffee. Do you want your hands on focus fat blasting coffee? Yeah, sign me up. It's in the name. Okay. I don't call it core Java because people don't know what that means. I have to explain it. So the explanation is, would you like some focused fat blasting coffee? It says what it does in one little short term. Okay. Who here wants, that's what I did on my video. Okay. I said, okay, 50 pounds was attributed to these drops solo of me losing weight. And now then I've added in some other things that have really been helping me. Now I'm super fired up on adding this focused fat blasting coffee. I have 6-day experiences, only a few. Drop coffee if you want to snag one. What do they have to do to snag one? They have to buy 3 bottles of drops with me. That's how it's working. Why? Because I just said the first 50 pounds was with the drops. So I'm taking them on the journey. Okay, that's what I'm doing. You don't have to do that. Okay, don't freak out. You don't have to do all that. You could literally just sell the coffee, but I'm giving you my blueprint. I'm taking them on the journey. I want them to understand how to balance their hormones. I want them to understand that when your cortisol levels are through the roof and you're trying to lose weight, you want to get that balance first. Add in the coffee as that extra focus factor, okay? And then they're going to feel the benefits of both. Like we're getting healthy from the inside out. That's what I'm explaining to people. And that's what the 3 people did. They're going to do what you tell them to do. Now, I'm not saying anything I don't believe. I 1,000%, you will not convince me that these drops don't work. I don't care if, someone's like, oh, we got a formula change or the bottle's no good or whatever. I don't care what anybody says. I am taking these drops. No one's taking them away from me because I kid you not, God gave them to me and they saved my life. As a tool, they saved my life. So I won't ever shut up about them, which is why I'm doing it the way that I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to give you, I'm going to read this to you because this was what someone sent me today. Because I did the video yesterday, I actually wanted to make sure that I'm working my post. Just because I did it yesterday doesn't mean it stays. I actually reply to people and then I give it a break. I'll reply again a few hours later so it pops back up in the algorithm. Then the next day I reactivate that post and I start replying again and then it's going to populate back up in the algorithm again. What I call this is an evergreen. Now, typically evergreen means that it's always going. It's always going to stay alive. Now with Facebook, we only have 30 days when it's a live video. So your evergreen is 30 days. You want to make sure that you're revamping up any posts that get a lot of attention. Keep utilizing it. Okay? Keep utilizing it. You could do the @ highlight. Write this down. @ highlight in the comments after a week or two. And then say, I only have 6-day experiences left. You could say something like that. But it's what that's going to do is it's going to repopulate it in the algorithm for people. And everybody that commented or liked it, they're going to get a notification that you said something on that post. Okay. That's actually a really good hack. Sometimes we overthink this social media stuff, but there's these little tiny tricks that we can use that will really keep stuff alive. Okay. All right. So I'm going to read to you what happened. My sweet friend messaged me and she said, miracles happen. Okay. Because, I always say this. If you get on my videos, you drop in the comments, miracles happen. She says, miracles happen, ! I'm ready for the 411 on these drops. She's ready. She's ready after how many follow-ups? Okay. So this is a good thing that I want you ladies and men to understand is that what caught the attention was those 3 factors. 44, had baby number 9, dropped 79 pounds, and the green jugs. It's literally a word picture for them to see. So for the rest of the month, I am going to be showing these word pictures of what 79 pounds looks like. I could be at 79 pounds and never lose a single ounce from here on out, and I will make so much money off of this. Let me just tell you. Look, I worked really hard to have all these babies, so it better bring me extra too, right? So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go to the grocery store and I'm gonna get sacks of oranges and hold them up, whatever equals 79 pounds, have them all around me. I'm gonna go get sacks of rice and hold them up. I'm gonna try to find one of my kids that's 80 pounds, put them on my back or pretend and take that video, right? I want people to see, do you know what 79 pounds looks like? Maybe for you, I'm giving you an example of video. Maybe for you, you're just wanting to lose 5 or 7 pounds. This right here, this sack of oranges is 7 pounds right here. Imagine that coming off of your body. That's what this is about. Who here's ready for some focused fat blasting coffee? Okay. Giving them something to see is actually really, really good. We do this in church, y'all. We use word pictures all the time. God will give us word pictures all the time to explain stuff. The Bible is full of it. Okay? That's how our brains actually work. When we can relate it to something that's familiar, it makes more sense to us and it's an organic yes. You want them to feel like it's an organic yes. Now, I am going to put a really big disclaimer here because this is a mistake that I made years ago. Um, and I don't want any of you to make this mistake because I felt horrible about it for a long time. One of my really close friends does everything in the world with me. She had just had a baby, probably like a little less than a year ago, when I was sharing this with her. I was with another company and they had a coffee and all the things. And I actually said to her, "Hey, I'm so excited. I lost X amount of pounds. I would love for you to do this with me." And all I said was talking about the weight loss. And she responded, and it broke my heart because I felt horrible, you guys. She goes, "I'm actually really happy with my body and proud of myself for having this baby, and I don't want to lose any weight. Thanks anyway." And that really hurt because I felt like if someone would have done that to me in a vulnerable state when I'm trying to balance out my hormones, just had a baby, and my best friend, kind of implied that I need to lose weight without really saying it, that could be a low blow. So I, this is why my verbiage has changed. I actually didn't get over that one for a long time. I stopped sharing for a while because I felt so guilty about it. But she gives me grace, right? So what I start saying is when someone says, "Hey, tell me about that coffee," I say, "Great. This focused fat blasting coffee is amazing. Are you looking for the focus and the weight loss aspect or just the focus?" That's the way I'm cleaning it up for everybody. Or just the focus, question mark. That way I'm not assuming that they want to lose weight. Okay? Because I believe 100% everybody and their mother needs to be on this coffee because of the focus. Not everybody needs to lose weight from it. That's okay. We're seeing great results, right? But even if, like me, I'm only drinking half a scoop, you guys, I still haven't even got through the cup for today. And my focus is on point. You don't want me on a full scoop. Like it would be a problem here. Okay. So we want to encourage people, if they don't want to lose weight, it doesn't mean we lose them as a customer. They may want focus. Karen said something to me the other day too that really, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that's what was happening until she said it. The calmness that I feel as well, like I don't feel overstimulated. I have ADD, ADHD times 10. I don't feel overstimulated with this. Like when I drink the coffee, even with the small amount that I'm drinking, I'm focused, I have energy, but I'm not overstimulated. That's a really big deal. If you guys know we're not making medical claims, but I am going to say this. If you know anybody that has ADD, ADHD, they actually tell us to drink coffee to calm our butts down because it does reverse in our bodies because we're always so high strung. This does calm me down, but it gives me focus. So the problem that people find is that they have to find a balance on not losing the hyper productivity and still being calm. Okay. Does anybody struggle with that? Because if so, I'm telling you, get on the coffee. Yes, better than anything I've ever tried for my focus. Yeah, Stephanie, it's amazing. It's amazing. So that could be something that you're talking about. Just make sure you do the disclaimer, no medical claims. Okay. So every single day, you guys, I'm celebrating the same exact thing on repeat. In my stories, I'm straight up selling with testimonials and I'm doing the oyster system. Oyster in your stories and either a picture or an actual live video on your social media, Facebook wall, or in Instagram. I know someone who sometimes has seizures. Yeah, I actually know a lot of people surely like that where they have seizures and they recommend coffee. Okay, with what we have in our coffee, I am just telling you the ingredients are wild. They're wild. That's why we're able to feel the way we do. You can get the energy and the focus without the jitters because of the ingredients. Look, okay, someone had asked me, is this the same as a Starbucks blend that we had? And I asked Karen, and she's like, no, it's not. And I said, okay, my response was, no, sister, this is our famous MPG blend. Get creative with your verbiage. It's our exclusive famous MPG blend. It's exclusive. No one else has this. I don't know if you guys understand that. That's so important. No one else has this. So these are some of the things you want to pull into your videos, pull into your stories, pick this verbiage up and just kind of weave it in so that we're all kind of saying some of the same language. People will get familiar with it. Okay. It is our exclusive MPG blend. Change your brand, change your life. Focus fat blasting coffee. Okay, these are words that we want to use. Okay. Okay, so do we have a few more minutes? I know we have a hard stop, right? At 8:55, I believe it is. So we have a hard stop at 8:55. So I have one more thing. Do you guys want to hear about keeping follow-up simple? Does anybody want to hear about that? Okay. Okay, cool. So let's do this and I'll try to go fast. There's the replay, so don't stress. Okay, so here is what I've been having people do. Now, a lot of us are like making graphics and all the things with ChatGPT. I actually am going to encourage you to do something totally different. I've been using ChatGPT for a very long time. Like my friend Heather, our friend, me and Karen's friend Heather, she told me about it like years ago when I was actually starting to do things for ministry and getting legal verbiage correct. So I've really trained my bot or whatever you would call it for a long time. And what I've noticed is I'm seeing some of my team use this tactic and it's working really, really well for follow-ups. So I'm going to give you the problem first, then we're going to talk about the simple solution. The problem is some of us don't follow up because we don't know what the heck to say. Or we get in our own head and we're worried that we're being pushy, salesy, annoying, or how do we keep the conversation going? Like all these things start popping up and then we just don't do it. Or you write it and then you erase it. And then you're writing it and erasing it. And then you're feeling like a failure because you didn't do the follow-ups and it's a cycle. And then you spin out of control. And that's not what we're doing here. We're drinking a cup of coffee. Okay. Everybody gets your coffee in your system. I want you to go to your list of who's the last people that you messaged. Maybe you messaged them about the drops. Go in your Facebook Messenger, search drops. If you use the letters MHE3, search MHE3. Okay. If you used miracle drops, whatever you referred to them, search that. All the people will populate. Start taking screenshots just with one, start with one, take screenshots of the last two things that you sent that person. Pop it into Chat GPT, say on audio, I messaged this person. I messaged Candace. I asked her if she is familiar with MHE3. She did not respond. I sent her the second message and she still hasn't responded. We now have this amazing focused fat blasting coffee. What do I say to get her attention again? That's it. And it will literally type a response to you. Take that response and pop it in there. Make sure there's no weird long dashes. Make sure there's no color heart emojis. That is a huge clue. Chat wrote it. Make sure there's no commas after. Okay, I'm giving you the clues how I know it's chat. Okay. If it's like this, and that, but there's a comma between this, and then a comma after and, that's how you know it's chat. Okay. It gives you way too many commas. Remove that. Remove the long dashes. Remove the silly emojis. They're cute emojis, but they overuse it, and that's how we know it's chat. Okay. That's all you need to do. Then put the reply in and send it. And don't think about it. Go to the next one and do it back to back to back to back. Here's what's happening. You're getting out of your own head. Okay. You're getting out of your own head, and we're working smarter instead of harder. When I have to think really hard about what I'm going to say to Debbie, I would rather go count the blades of grass on my 5 acres of land instead, because I don't want to think about it. You guys, we sell coffee and drops in Vericel, okay? It's not complicated. We get in our heads, and that's what complicates it. So if we just a simple way to do this is just pop in, here's the last things I said. How do I respond to this? Okay, you can give a little context. Debbie's my really good friend. We do ministry together too. Okay, something like that, and it'll pop some of that in. The more you do this, the more it's going to get used to how you talk. Okay, and then it's going to start creating responses that are really simplified. You can even say, give me a call to action at the end. You guys, this is what I've been doing. I do this as cold messages to people all the time now. And I don't need to think about it. Okay, so if you have anyone in your team that's not on this call and they're not utilizing ChatGPT to respond as follow-ups, and they're struggling with, I don't know what to say, this is the simplest way to do it. And I know how to talk back to people. I know how to recruit people. I don't want to think about it. I'm like, this is working super smart right now. Super smart. I'd rather go do something else that's productive and shorten the amount of time that I'm spending on these follow-ups. Okay. All right. Melissa Darnell, I'm going to have you unmute real quick. I would love for you to share with us your experience with the coffee.
All right, sure thing. So all the things that you guys have heard about the coffee, the focus, the energy, the appetite control, the calmness, all I can add to it is it's all true. I feel all of those things on different levels. The deliciousness, I'm not a coffee drinker. This stuff is amazing though. So my big story is the weight loss. And I have actually been following a weight loss nutrition program for 18 years, and I lost over 100 pounds. But the last 3 to maybe 4 or 5 years, that all stalled out and then gradually started creeping up on me. And it didn't matter what I did to tweak my program or anything. Nothing worked. The only change ever was that it just kept moving up just a little bit. And of course, I am well into postmenopause, and you hear all of the stories about postmenopausal weight gain and that kind of thing. So I was not surprised, but I just couldn't make it change. So I have been drinking Core Java for between 2.5 and 3 weeks now, and I have lost 5 pounds. But the most amazing thing to me is that I lost 2 pounds overnight last night. And that has not happened for me in years. But I knew when I woke up as soon as I opened my eyes, I felt different. I could feel a difference in my body composition. And so I jumped on the scale, which I hadn't planned on doing. But, when you feel that, you do. So I jumped on and I had lost 2 pounds overnight. So I'm really, really excited about it. And I just can't wait to see where Core Java takes me.
Okay, that right there. First of all, everybody in the chat, give her all the love. That right there, Melissa, is huge. That's your story all month long. That's your story. Okay. You go and you share that over and over and over again because you know how many people are in menopause, perimenopause. Make sure that you share perimenopause, menopause. Okay. Talk about both of those and make sure that you're saying what you felt emotionally. Okay, the emotions, taking people on the journey, the emotions is one of the most important things. I love that. Okay, Miss Karen, hey, can you unmute and share with us your experience?
So thank you so much. All the things that everyone else has been talking about, I just realized today is actually a 6.5 for my 6-day experience. And I have weighed, but I hadn't really lost anything. I hadn't weighed today. So after I talked to you a little bit ago, I thought, oh my gosh, I should measure and do all the things. I've lost only 2 pounds, which I'm very happy with, but I've lost 8 inches from when I measured last Tuesday morning.
What?
And yeah, and I tell you, when you were doing your little look at me, I got a waist thing, girl, like I am getting it's the core Java. Like I'm getting my core back. Like I'm not in apple shape anymore. You can actually see I have, tatas and I'm like getting my waist back. I still got a little booty going on, but it's getting smaller, you guys. So I'm so excited about that. I'm turning from an apple shape to a pear shape and going to get that hourglass shape, eventually. But
Okay,
yeah.
that's
So,
huge.
yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about that with your story as you're
Yes.
sharing that.
Yes. And
Okay,
my
you guys,
shoes are fitting looser. Like they haven't stretched out, but like
huge.
I had to tighten them. Brand new shoes. I had to tighten my sandals.
Huge. So when you say, don't say I only lost 2 pounds. You guys, I lost 2 pounds. I don't know about maybe some of you lose weight like, it's super easy. But for me, my body holds on to these pounds like it is dear life. And I cannot let go of it for anything. The fact that I lost 2 pounds is huge. But let me just share what else. I lost X amount of inches, okay? Because this is the thing. You got to explain. Some people lose weight real quick, right? Just like when some people have babies, they pop up and they're ready to go. It takes me forever to get myself going, and it takes me a long time to lose the weight. So you share that. That's part of your journey. Oh my gosh, I loved it. Okay, you guys, we did so good. We have 3 minutes to spare. Thank you, ladies, for sharing your testimony. I hope you all found value. And Miss Karen, I'm going to hand it back to you.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. See, I just get emotional. I'm like, this is what we worked for so long. And guys, when a company can sell more in 2 weeks than we've sold in the last 3 years of our previous coffee, think about that. Wrap your head around that and realize, guys, we set ourselves apart. We're not like anybody else. We are the place that has it all. And every single thing, Rose, like you said it, I said the same thing earlier today. I said, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if you think yours is better than mine. I don't care if what. What I do care about is every single one of you that are winning. And this time, we're going to win bigger than we ever have. And many of you have been in the coffee industry before. Guys, this is going to set us apart from any network marketing company out there. I don't care who they are, what they have. People are drawn to this. Why? Because we are who we say we are and we do what we say we will do. And I'm grateful for who we are. Rose, I'm so grateful for you. I love you with all my heart. Thank you guys for always showing up. Karen, Melissa, your stories were so powerful. I want to say this. I got to hop on another Zoom. But guys, go in and order your coffee. No, it won't ship tomorrow, but you want to be able to be the first when it hits our warehouse. You want to be getting your product first. So I've heard some people say, oh, well, don't order it yet. We don't ship. No, if you want it, you better order it now because we might sell out again. Who knows? I hope we do.
Yes.
So it's like the third round, we probably won't ever run out again. However, do your part, get your people on, get your 6-day experiences out, because if we're shipping on the 15th, 16th, 17th, 11th, whatever it is, you want to keep getting your 6-day experience out, because you let them know, I'm going to send you a 6-day experience. I'll be following up with you on the first, third, and fifth day. We will not be launching with another shipment until after the 15th. So make sure you're doing all your follow-up. You don't have to slow down. If you slow down, that's all in here. It's not because you need to. So I love you guys so much. Rose, thank you so very much.
Karen,
Candace,
let me
I couldn't do it
share.
without you. Go ahead.
There's an amazing testimony that I have to read. It's from
Okay.
Stephanie Donegan. Stephanie says, I broke my foot 2 weeks ago today and have been laid up on my butt literally since then. I was super active prior, broke my ankle actually working out, and I was so sad that I would gain weight and progress over the last year while I'm recovering. My 6-day results, I am 10 pounds down. And like we said, the focus and energy is incredible. I've been on Fix and Varicel, and the scale hasn't moved for me at all in the last 18 months. And I'm beyond excited and ready to scream from the rooftops.
Way to go,
Folks,
Stephanie. Thank
this
you
is
Girl,
for
we're
serious.
sharing.
screaming with you. Let's go.
Yes.
Now, that being
Okay.
said, folks, let's remember these are individual experiences. Everybody is different. Your results may vary. MPG products are not MPG products are not intended to diagnose, prevent, treat, or cure any disease. Please keep that in mind as you're sharing and as you are using the products. And we are so grateful to you all for coming tonight and cannot wait to see the success that we're going to continue to have with this coffee.
Yes. Thank y'all so very much. Rose, we love you. And
Love
by
you
the way,
guys.
Tim Hogue, thank you for being on. We had a little corporate peek in last night. I didn't want to tell you, Rose, but hey, Tim, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. And guys, make sure you go. The presentation for catchthewavezoom.com is for brand new people. If you're not putting brand new people on it, you're doing yourself and your business a disservice. So Kylie is starting that. I'm hopping on a Canadian Zoom. So guys, we're going to rock this coffee, and we're going to rock all that we have, because we're getting ready to do something so big. And I'm glad y'all are here. Love you. See
Hey,
you next
Karen,
Tuesday.
it's not on Catch the
Welcome,
Wave.
thank
It
you.
is not. It is on the corporate site, which is on Campfire and the gym.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Let me
Okay.
go right back here. Here, hang on just a sec. Yeah, Terry's got all of our schedules messed up. You know that Terry can't. Let's see. She
It's
sent it to me.
us06web.zoom.us. It's kind of long. Does anybody, I could actually type it if you want. Hold on.
Okay.
Please hold.
Please hold.
Somebody just put it on.
Okay, cool. Okay, it's
good.
already on. Okay, just
Okay.
go in the chat and grab it, you guys.
Okay. Love you guys. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.